Hello there and welcome back. Today we have another LEGO review. This one is the LEGO Star Wars UCS Imperial Star Destroyer. This set retails for approximately €700 on LEGO Shop at Home and in any good LEGO store. Let's get into this one. So guys, as I said, today we're reviewing the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer. This is set number 75252. It has 4,776 pieces. It will retail for approximately €700 and it was released mid-2019 from May the 4th. This set will probably retire before the UCS Falcon, so if you have a little spare cash lying around and you're torn between the two, definitely get this one first, because I can guarantee the Millennium Falcon will be around a lot longer than this one. Okay guys, so let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the more or less the rear of the top side of the hull. It's a beautiful angle here. We've got the command bridge, you've got the four turbo laser turrets right in the front here. You've got the command bridge with shield generators, communications array. You've got this beautiful greebling all the way along the sides here and all the way along here where you've got another, I'm assuming that, as far as I know, that's either a super turbo laser or it is an ion cannon. As I said, you've got tons of greebling going all the way down, right to the front of the side of the hull as well, and as you go up the levels here. Pretty much the entire piece is light bluish grey. The older model, which was the UCS set from 2002 or 2003, was pure light grey, was not light bluish grey. That's where we get, so this is more true to the colours in Star Wars. If you actually look at the original studio models, the actual colour is closer to white than it would be to grey, but if you can imagine, the Lego white is too bright, it wouldn't fit. So this light bluish grey, I think, does the actual scale model justice and the actual set itself justice. So as I said, you've got four turbo laser batteries. You've got each individual tier of the command bridge, which is beautifully laid out. Then you've got the beautifully detailed command bridge, which is a little feature that I figured out a lot. I got this set like a year and a half ago, and I've only just now figured that if you flip this command bridge down, it turns from what looks like an ISD1 to an ISD2. So if you don't know, this is based on the first Imperial Star Destroyer that we see in the movie A New Hope. It is the ISD Imperial Star Destroyer Devastator. This is the one chasing the Tantive 4 at the start of A New Hope, and it is an Imperial Star Destroyer Class 1. The ones we see from Empire Strikes Back and then into Return of the Jedi would be Imperial Star Destroyers Class 2. The main difference you'll see, apart from a few minor changes on the hull from the Imperial Star Destroyer 2 and 1, is the command bridge. The command bridge on the 1, you'll see a big X. You will notice that in Rogue One especially. You'll see that big X is a sign on the command bridge that it is a number 1. Whereas the shield array and command bridge will be like this on the Imperial Star Destroyer 2, much more flush with the command bridge itself, and that's how you can tell the difference. LEGO has not released, as far as I'm aware, a version of the ISD2, but it's not that dissimilar apart from a few greebly points on the hull. So we're going to work our way down the hull now and show you a few more little details. Now guys, so as I said, the front of the hull, very similar, very well detailed. As I said before in the previous clip, that the only difference between the ISD1 and ISD2 would be this kind of piece. In the ISD2, the upper, you can see a little dip. The dip is maybe a little bit more of those kind of places that bring the hull up a bit more on the ISD2 than 1. As we do a little walk around here, you can see that if you have the original version and are looking to buy the second version, what I really enjoy about this one is that they kind of covered the gap a little bit in the middle with Technic pieces. You can see them, there's 3 Technic pieces going all the way along the hull, all the way up to the top, which kind of covers the gap, which is unavoidable in the Lego's version of the set. There is copycats of the set that have actually gotten rid of that, but they have 11,000 pieces and are the same price as the Lego version. As we walk around now to the back of the set, which is probably the best angle of the set, is the engines, and it's probably my favorite part. You have 3 engines at the back, 3 large ones and 4 thrusters. As you can see, you have a little bit of what some might call an illegal technique. You have the little 2x1 flat plate there stuck into the hinge piece there. There you got another view of the engines there. So you work our way around. Beautiful details. You can see Thor's hammer just there. It has a little bit of a detail there. There's a little bit of an Easter egg there. Don't know if it was meant to, but it fits quite well. It's a different color from Thor's hammer, from Mjolnir, from the silver from the Marvel Avengers sets of late. And we're just gonna show you the beautiful detailing, all the greebling all the way up to the front of the hull. Beautiful set, it really is. On the other side, it's a carbon copy of what's on this side. It's pretty much the same. You've got 4 turbo laser batteries, you've got the ion cannon, and the greebling is mirrored on either side. It's identical. Now, so guys, I think there's only one more part to show you, and that would be the bottom of the hull. So let's get into that part. Now guys, it's extremely difficult to get the underside of the ship, but I'll try and get the best view I possibly can. You can start from the tip all the way down to the front and middle hull, to the middle hull. You have a secondary hangar bay just there. And then as we go further down, you will see the hangar bay that the Tantive 4 was pulled into at the start of A New Hope. You can see a little micro build of a TIE fighter. Not sure if that's to scale or not. Probably not. Probably a TIE fighter would be much smaller, considering this thing could carry 64 TIE fighters at a time. A beautiful detailing in there. Yeah, see if I can get into the hole there. Beautiful, beautiful detailing. There's a bit of red sticking out there. I don't know if you can see that. I don't really like that. I could have used a grey brick behind there to blend it in a bit more, but sure, you'll notice yourself if you get the set that you'll see colours peeking out here and there from the internal structure of the build. But as far as I know, it's just to make the build easier to follow the instructions that they're different colours. Could have been light grey, but I don't know, maybe Lego thought it would be quite boring building the set in one piece, but then they released the mosaic set, so who knows what they were thinking. And then you've got what would be the reactor on board for the power of the ship, just there. And as we zoom out there, you can see 4 pylons that hold up the set, which is connected to an internal structure. The internal structure is basically a giant arrow that stretches all the way down to the base of the set, and then kind of has a long beam across, which is kind of a lattice effect to hold the engines. And then these pylons attached to the inner structure, and the Star Destroyer is put together by 4 massive plates, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, which click into clip pieces that are attached to the Technic structure. So really the huge base plates that you see on top for the hull are actually only connected by 4, 2 on each side on upper and lower decks. And they're only connected by that and little pole pieces that connect to inner connection pieces in the Technic frame somewhere around here and somewhere around here. That's what gives it its kind of diagonal shape. You can see there. Now, moving on to the bottom, you can see the display stand. You see Tev Devastator, manufacturer Kuat drive yards, length 1,600 meters. Obviously that's the real one, not this one, because that would be crazy. Engine Cygnus Spaceworks Gemini 4 ion engines, has a class 2 hyperdrive, heavy turbo laser cannons, ion cannons, dual heavy laser turrets, dual heavy ion turrets, and you can read that yourself. Set includes 2 minifigures, which is kind of nice of that Lego included in this set. You've got an Imperial officer and an Imperial commander. This is probably the only set that you'll get an Imperial commander and officer with arm printing. You can see the Imperial logo on his arm piece. And then we go over to the Imperial officer. You can see him there. As far as I'm aware, he has no arm printing. He's just a run-of-the-mill Imperial officer. You can get him in a lot of sets. I'm not sure if there's any difference between him and any other one that you've gotten previously, but there's definitely a difference with this guy. The arm printing is definitely exclusive to this set and still is 2 years later. As I said, guys, this is a beautiful set. It really is. No matter what angle you film it at, it is absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And when it catches the light in a certain way, it's just amazing. It really is beautiful. There's one more part to show you about this build, and then we're going to go to the overview. Back in a minute. So guys, as I mentioned before, this is the Imperial Star Destroyer that you do see at the start of A New Hope. And of course, this set had to have come with a miniature version of the Tantive 4. And there it is. It's for its size, it's approximately 46 pieces. And for its size, it's very detailed. You can see it has the bridge at the front there. It has the laser battery on the top, communications array, and the iconic part of any Tantive 4, the 11 engines at the back. That would be the first proper view you get of in the actual film. And it's a really nice throwback that this is the first 2 ships that you ever see in the Star Wars saga. And if that wasn't enough, you can also display the Tantive 4 like it's in a chase with the Star Destroyer right on the side of its hull via the wing clip there. And then that just looks beautiful. The Tantive 4 can also be mounted in the hangar bay that I've shown in a previous clip to represent maybe after its capture. There's one more thing I've got to show you that I've done to my Star Destroyer, which yours won't come with, but you by all means you can do it to yours to make it a little bit more Easter eggy if you like, and I'm going to show you that now. So guys, I don't know if you noticed in any previous clips what I did to it already, but I'm going to show you straight up now anyway, so you won't have to scratch your head and wonder anymore. I have attached the miniature Millennium Falcon to the rear of the ship, like you would see in Empire Strikes Back, just before it breaks off, and Slave One gives it chase to Bespin. I put this one on in particular because this is probably one of my favorite builds. I believe this one is from the 2019 Advent Calendar version, but it's a very simple build. You probably can build it by just its spares. Obviously not 100% movie accurate, because I said this is an Imperial Star Destroyer 1 and the one that the Millennium Falcon was attached to was an Imperial Star Destroyer 2, but I had to do it. I thought it would be a nice little throwback to Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope in the one, and I really enjoyed it. So guys, I think that's pretty much all the features. Oh wait, there's one more. If you remove these two panels here, these two come due to detach. I'm not going to do it with mine. Unfortunately, one of my Technic pins in there is broken, and it's a pain to get it back on. And especially with the position that it's in for filming, it's very difficult. But take my word for it that there's a handle there to make it easier to move. It's not easy to move regardless of with or without a handle, but it makes it easier to move. I would suggest putting on something that's mobile and flat, like this kind of desk here, and just move it around like that, and try not to lift it as much as possible, because this thing does weigh upwards of 12 kilos. It's quite heavy when built. Just going to do an overview shot there for you. Absolutely beautiful. For 4,700 pieces, it is an amazing set. It kind of dwarfs the UCS Millennium Falcon, which we will review on the channel soon, in length and in size. It doesn't on piece count. The Millennium Falcon has about 2,500 pieces on it, but that would be mostly for detailing and greebling, which the Millennium Falcon has much more of, and is much more labor intensive in that regard. This one has much larger plates, which gives it that bulk of a size. Really is a beautiful set, guys. Hey guys, that's it. So guys, that is it. This is my review of the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer. And my final thoughts, this is a must-have set for any LEGO Star Wars fan. For any Star Wars fan, must-have set. The build is amazing. The display ability of the model is spectacular, as you can see. Trust me, it does not take a bad picture. It really does not take a bad picture. At any angle, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. As you can see now, the sun is beaming through the window. It's mid-afternoon where I'm from here, and this way the sun's just hitting that command bridge. That is just a beautiful shot. It really is. If you have a decent DSLR camera, get this thing outside in the sun. Don't leave it there too long, it'll discolor it, but it will take a beautiful, beautiful picture to show off to all your friends. And I'm positive any LEGO, if anyone had never built LEGO before and this was the first set they bought, they'd be hooked for life. They really would be hooked. This thing is just, the display ability, the accuracy, the details that are in Lego bricks is just spectacular. Yes, the price tag is huge. It's 700 euros. That is expensive. It really is expensive. But for what you get, as a Lego fan myself who've been collecting for quite a long time, once you build the set, you'll see where that 700 euro price tag comes from. It's hard to weigh up that price tag when you have the Millennium Falcon, which you would look on paper to have upwards of 3,000 pieces extra for an extra 100 euros. But when you look at the size and sheer scale of this set, I will do a side-by-side comparison with the Millennium Falcon when I do the Falcon review, and you will be able to see the size comparison, and then you'll see why this set is the price it is. Honestly, I'm surprised that it is 700 euro. I would have paid more for it. I honestly would pay upwards of 800 for it. I would have paid the exact same I paid for the Millennium Falcon for it. I really would have, in a heartbeat. I bought this on May the 4th when it released. It's been built for about a year and a half. Nothing has went wrong with it. It's not flimsy. It's very sturdy. As long as you don't intend on playing with it, as long as you don't intend on having it in a place with high traffic, this thing will stay the way it was when you've built, from the first time you've built it, and will stay like that. It does gather dust. What Lego set doesn't. Due to its footprint, it will gather a lot of dust and will require more maintenance than a smaller Lego set would. That's probably one downside to it, that would require a lot more maintenance. I have heard people getting the pylons that actually hold the Star Destroyer up on its stand have been broken, can be weak. So if you notice any kind of discoloration on those pylons, do not build the set until you get replacements off Lego. So my final thought would be get this set now, because this set will retire within the next year, maybe two. It's going to definitely retire. I can 100% for a fact state that this will retire before the UCS Falcon, and you must get it before this set retires, because if you miss this one, it'll be another 10 years before they'll release another one. It was 18 years
nearly before they released the newer version of this one from the 2002 version. So you don't want to be waiting another 18 years to get this one. And as soon as it retires, you can be guaranteed that this set will hit 1,000, maybe 1,200 euros on eBay. Brand new, sealed in the box. You might be looking to get a used one for 1,000 euro, but there is no way you will pay retail for this price, this set ever again, unless there's a serious problem with the bricks itself. So guys, that is it. Really thank you guys for joining me today. This was probably one of my favorite reviews so far. I've got a lot more to film and I have a lot more to upload. I'll hopefully upload regularly Monday to Friday. This has been a great video. Really enjoyed displaying this one. Took a while to get set up, but I really enjoyed it. Please, if you're sticking around, if you're watching this video, the analytics are showing that people are watching the video, but they're not subscribing. So please hit that subscribe button. It takes all of 2 seconds. You won't miss another video. Hit that bell notification, and you'll see much more Lego Star Wars stuff. You'll see UCS Batwings, Space Shuttle, everything. Any new sets, the new UCS R2D2, we'll have that in hand next week. We will be building that hopefully in a time lapse, and you'll see it being built from the inside and out. So guys, hit that subscribe button. This has been BA Bricks. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again. Goodbye.